All right. Swagatam, everybody. So, deva bhasha, Samskritam. If you want to learn Sanskritam, you came to this open house and Pravina is going to talk about Sanskrit. I thought I am a good candidate to talk about Sanskritam learning because I did it the hard way and million wrong ways. So, in Telugu, we have a saying that says, ఒక మంచి వైద్యుడు కావాలంటే 100 మందిని చంపి పడేయాలి. So if you want to become a good doctor, you should kill at least 100 patients. Then you will be a great doctor. I think I have explored all the options, failed at many, and finally arrived at some. So I'll give you all the options that are out there, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your priority, depending on your learning style, what suits you, you can choose those options. So we have learned Sanskritam when we were kids, mostly for marks. When we were in 11th and 12th grade, if you take French, if you take Sanskritam, then 90 plus is given to you. Even if we learn Sanskritam or not, you write Sanskritam exam in your Telugu or mother tongue, Matru Bhasha, we will write Sanskritam exam and somehow get marks. They will throw some words at us. They also throw some shabdas at us and some dhatus at us and few lessons, and you write the meaning of the lesson in Telugu, you will get your marks 95, 96, 97. But that's not how we should learn Sanskrit. And when we read our shlokas and all that, there is a good chance that we know that, I think I get a hang of it, but we somehow cannot grasp it. And most of us have that longing of, I do not want this anuvadam. I do not want the translation, because there is always that missed thing that Sanskritam as a bhasha has that gabhirata, that depth, that in translation it can get lost. We will take a simple example, something like a word like prapancham. What does it get translated in English generally? It will say world. World. But if you take the Sanskritam part of it, you will see prapancha, pancha bhutas. The one that is formed out of the 5 elements is prapancha. So it is not simply world, it is the one that is formed with the 5 elements, prapancha. 5 elements, pancha mahabhutas coming together to become prapancha. It is like that. So there are so many words out there that do not have an equivalent in English or in other languages, and it just gets lost. So the kavita madhuryam, that patutvam is somehow lost. But if you know the dhatu, if you know what's going on there, if you read it, there is that rasananda that happens inside. It's like, they use this because of this. So if you go to Bhagavad Gita, if you see how Krishna calls Arjuna, different times he will call him different ways, like sometimes it is Arjuna, sometimes it is Kaunteya. Even Krishna is addressed as Rishikesha, Madhava, Madhusudana, like that. There will be so many ways in which he is addressed. If you know why he is calling the way he is calling, that itself will give that, that pulakarinta, that a joy of, out of the million names he chose this for this reason. Something like that will happen, and it becomes even more beautiful with Sanskrit. Now, there are many ways we can learn Sanskritam, right? If you want to learn in your own pace, if you start from, I will tell my journey first. That way you can see, this will not suit me, this will not suit me, and all that. 2006, I got books from Raashtriya Sanskrit Samsthaan and Veda Samiti back then, almost close to 19 years ago. Every time I open the book, I start reading. I'll go up to 10th lesson and it's done. You just cannot grasp it. Just cannot grasp it from the book by itself. The book name says, teach yourself Sanskritam. And I will start learning Sanskritam. First day it feels easy. Second day it feels easy. Third day this is not for me. Fourth day, great wall of doors. Fifth day, I will still try to do it. Sixth day, 10th day, give up day has come, and I'll put it to the side. Again, I will go back to it and I will try to read it. So, Pustaka Jnanam, Mastaka Jnanam. This, for the transition to happen, you need a Guru. Guru Mukhataha. So, even the water given to you, holy water given to you, only when it is poured in a shank, it becomes a tirtha. Just like that, this jnana, until a guru speaks, it is very hard to understand why they are speaking the way they are speaking, why it is written the way it is written. At least it was in my experience. Then there is another option called Kendra, Abhimukha, where you can go to a teacher one-on-one and you can learn. How it is feasible in this busy life where the classes will be on a set times. There will be set times. You have to drive, you may have children, you may have work commitments and so many things. Going to a Kendra and learning may not be option for many. But Samskrita Bharati as an organization, it has Abhimukha classes as well. Abhimukha Vargaha api prachalanti. So on Saturdays generally from 9 to 10:30 or depending on the Kendra, they have these classes going on. So Atlanta Center also has it in Cumming area on the Pittman Road in Chinmaya Mission, there in the Chinmaya Gurukul. They have classes from 9 to 10:30. If anybody's schedule permits them to go to Abhimukha Kendra, that is also equally good because you get a family of Sanskritam enthusiasts with you that, in general, when we are learning a bhasha, you need kutumbam with whom you can communicate. If you don't use it, you will lose it. This is how it is for a bhasha. And now, one advantage of learning it from Samskrita Bharati in general is it will come with that kutumbam. You will have WhatsApp groups, you will have all the enthusiasts come together in a place. So if you want to do Sambhashana with somebody, you will have a buddy. If you want study group, you'll have a buddy. If you want to look up to somebody, you will have somebody. If you want to teach somebody, you'll have somebody. You want to have a peer-to-peer interaction, you'll have somebody. That is what we are looking, right? There will always be, like in Ramayana, Ramachandra Mahaprabhu said, there will always be people who are better than you, who are equal to you, who are below you. So it is also the same in Samskrita journey. So if you are up there, you can always give a helping hand to pull them up. And if you're down here, you can always look up to them, wanting to be them like them, to be inspired and motivated on your journey. Like, if I study, I can be like them. I can get there. I want to get there. Kind of inspiration could happen. Within Samskrita Bharati, there are several ways in which you can learn. One is Kendram. Kendram comes with a pro of you can actually see people in person, know their families, be in touch with them regularly on a weekly basis and become friends and do things together. That is Abhimukha Kendra way of teaching. The second option is Sambhashanatah Shastra Paryantam, S2S. Sambhashanatah Shastra Paryantam comes with a big advantage of it being an online course. So, it being an online course, all the classes will be done remotely. So, at your space, at your place. It is like that. You will do it, all it takes is weekly 1.5 hour class. And there will be homeworks, there will be quizzes, there will be exams. And there will be Sambhashana Abhyasa. So, the thing is, the course itself says Sambhashanatah Shastra Paryantam. Taha means from. From Sambhashana, you will go to Shastra Adhyayanam until Shastras. So you will be equipped with everything that you should know about Sanskritam in the 4 levels. It's a 4-year thing. You can stop at 1, you can stop at 2, you can stop at 3. But if you do all 4, you will be equipped with the knowledge to be able to do any Shastra Adhyayana that you are interested in. You look at Ramayana, you will understand. You look at Mahabharata, you will understand. Bhagavad Gita, you will understand. Saundarya Lahari, you will understand. Shivananda Lahari, you will understand. If you want to take Vasishta Gita, you will understand. Ashtavakra Gita, you will understand. All you have to do is just open it, And then if you don't know, you will know how to look for it and do the Anvaya if you go through the entire thing. Because all our gems of literature, Saraswatyam is what it is called. Saraswati Devi Bhiksha literature is Saraswatyam. All of it more or less is in meters, chandas, poetry. So if you know how to convert the poem into a sentence and read it, that itself is like the key that opens to all of our literature. Be it Puranas are in that form, be it Itihasas, they are in that form, like that. So that is the advantage of S2S. And another big advantage that comes with S2S is actually two more. One, the classes are recorded. So just in case, if you miss an Abhimukha Kendra, if there is an in-person interaction, if you miss it, you missed it. There is no way. If you have work-related stuff, or if you had to travel, if you fall sick, God forbid, if that happens, you missed your class, the concept is gone. The class will move on. However, if you do it from in the S2S platform, the recordings of the classes are available to you. They're given to you. So you can read it multiple times until it gets into your head. And there is another advantage, added advantage is there is Abhyasa Varga. Abhyasa Varga is practice sessions. So just because you heard it, just because you listened to it, doesn't mean what is in the head to come to your mouth and for it to take an expression and come out without any lajja, without feeling shy and diffident about just being able to utter a word, not feeling that, oh my God, I do not know what I'm talking about, a kind of feeling. That lajja bhava is removed because we all are in this together and everybody is considered to be a Saraswati Shishu. So you want to be in a place where mistakes are welcome. Mistakes are not only welcome, but they are expected and they will be corrected as well. That is very forgiving platform where you interact with each other and kind of grow together. The second advantage is all those who have learned will get an opportunity, avakashaha, to become the volunteers for next levels. Meaning, say for example, I was an S3 student, but I taught S1 class. So now I can be CK Garu Anu gets to volunteer for the next S1 batch, where she gets to evaluate your homeworks, especially to see if it is right or not, feedback. So they'll be able to. So the principle is generally you become a better student when you are a teacher. So everybody who is also learning is given those staraha levels of volunteering. You can get to correct somebody's homework. It is so easy to find mistake in somebody else's homework than yours. When you are doing the course, you may miss the point. But when you are correcting somebody else's homework, it's like they got it wrong. You will know it, right? That is the beauty. Then you will correct them and then you will correct yourself. By correcting them, you will correct yourself. That is another advantage. And then maybe some people, it's like, I don't think I can attend classes, but I want to go fast. I don't think I want to wait for 4 years. Then Guru Mukhataha may not be a possibility. However, you can do something called distance learning program. Excuse me. This is also from Samskrita Bharati, where there will be books like this, 4 books like this. Pravesha, Parichaya, Shiksha, Kovida. 4 levels. If you buy a book like this, and there will be an exam, every 6 months, there will be exams for all the 4 levels. You have to give them one after the other. Pravesha, Parichaya, Shiksha, Kovida, like that. So you can read the book and you can write the exam. So the Vyakaranam will go into your head, but Sambhashanam will not happen. But if your goal is only, I just want to know something about this deva bhasha. If that is your only goal, you go to this self-study and do it. I did that initially for 2 years. I did self-study and I wrote the exams and finished them. However, After doing S2S, I realized that, when a Vayyakarana, the one who knows Vyakarana is Vayyakarana. When a Vayyakarana speaks on why this is like this, then you are like, I did not know that. Like when you read the book by yourself, you may not know it. So I'm God willing, Saraswati Devi willing, I am planning to give Pravesha coaching classes. I'm training my daughter to write the exam, but anybody else who is interested can join those classes as well. This is not from Samskrita Bharati. When I'm doing it for my daughter, I thought I might as well extend it to others as well. That will be like a win-win situation for everybody. So in case you are interested, there is a group that is established for Pravesha students. We will start our classes from next week, but that will not focus on Sambhashana. It will only focus on the material to get you through the exams. This will take you places. However, you have to put a lot of study, self-study. Homework will be there in the exam, in the lessons and all that. All right. And then there is another website called Vyoma Labs. Beautiful website. Beautiful, beautiful website. So this is another organization where a software engineer ran into this existential question of what is the purpose of my life, And then at some point when he got the taste of deva bhasha, he left his software engineering job, went to India and created this website, first for himself, then for his friends, and then it became the abode for Samskritam learning. So many courses are offered for free or for a fee on that website. So in case S2S is not your thing, or in case Abhimukha classes are not your thing, or distance learning program is not your thing, then you can always go to Vyoma Labs and then get enroll into to the courses and start learning there as well. There are many introductory courses you can learn from there as well. Vyoma Labs, that is called Sanskrit or sanskritfromhome.org. If you say Vyoma, it will come up. That website will come up. There are like so many hundreds of courses offered for free as well. So you can always go there. And Pravesha classes are also available there for free. In case you want to learn from the basics, Vyoma Labs has free course there also. It's just that it needs a certain discipline, and like you should be policed for your own schedule to want to do it. Unless there is a fire inside, that procrastination, or if you are given the entire time, the kala, as if you are an immortal, then it will take forever. But if you are on a time check, it's like, oh, my hair is getting gray here, my hair is getting gray there, let me do what I want to do in my life. This is the time. And then there is another thing called Sambhashana Sandesha. Sambhashana Sandesha is a magazine run by Samskrita Bharati, but it will have, like, if you know already how to read, then Sambhashana Sandesha comes like a feast. It has Bala Modini. 4 stories will be there for us to enjoy in Samskritam. Let me show one. You will also get an e-copy if you're interested. I like to highlight stuff and learn stuff. So I get a physical copy. See, crossword puzzle, all these things that we did as kids, Eenadu, Padamanjari or something like that, what all we did, you get to do it in Samskritam and see that, oh my God, how come I'm able to understand? Because you will understand it is in simple Samskritam as well. You can subscribe to that for Pathanam. But before that Pathanam, if you want your building, basic building blocks, you do the other things. What else? There are Raashtriya Samskrita Samsthaan. Initially, Sanskritam was supposed to be our national language. In 1947, there was a bill that passed that was aiming at Sanskritam being our national language. Unfortunately, for some political reasons. Dr. Ambedkar actually is the one who proposed that as well. But for some political reasons and other unrest going on, Hindi had to be chosen. But I'll tell you a tidbit. Malayalis speak Malayalam. Tamilians speak Tamil. Bharatiya speak Bharati. So Bharati is another name for Samskritam as well. We all, so the one that united the entire Bharatam was our deva bhasha Samskritam. And the name Samskritam comes from Samyak Kritam. Samyak means perfectly. Kritam means done. Well done. The language name itself is called well done. If you take any word in Sanskritam, you can always find where it is coming from. It is called Vyakaranam. There is an algorithm that will bring you down to where it is born from. There is no word in Sanskritam that you cannot define. I do not know where this is born from. You cannot say that. Because Sanskritam means the dhatus and all that, the way the language is laid out, there is a root for everything and there is an algorithm for everything. So when you go to S4 and later levels, if you learn Vyakaranam, there are different styles, right? You can learn Shastram, you can learn Sahityam, you can learn Kavyam, like that, depending on what your longing is, you can go that path. And there is something called Vyakaranam. If you learn Vyakaranam, you will be able to go to the root of every word in Sanskrit. Every word in Sanskrit. There is no word that you cannot derive. Backwards or forward. There is a technique for it. That is another beauty of it. Samyak Kritam. That is Sanskritam. All right. Now, there is another beautiful way to learn is through Shravanam. You want to listen to them a lot. If you keep listening to it, it will become second nature for you. So, stories, what more than stories do we have better, So there is a Telegram app called Kathaaha. I will also forward that information to you all. So there will be a page of the story. You can read it to yourself, read it by yourself. And there is free conference call app. There is a Samskrita Bharati volunteers read stories to everyone every day for half an hour. So 9:30 to 10, you have story time. So every day you can listen to stories. One, your samskaram will be cleansed through Sanskritam, and also the adhyanam will happen because you are listening to Sanskritam, and your pada sampatti, the vocabulary, will increase because of that thing. For that, you don't need to be part of any Sanskritam learning stuff and all that. It is a free invitation. Anybody can learn. Anybody can be part of listening to those stories every day. And then news. If you want to listen to news, all India Radio, the air, the Akashavani of Bharatam has Samskrita news as well. So 10 minutes of Sanskritam news every day, you can get those as well. And then there are, if you cannot listen to Sanskritam stories from 9:30 to 10, say your schedule doesn't permit you, that is your sleep time or anything like that, then there are recorded audio versions of the stories also. So you can go and get the audio versions as well. And then Raashtriya Samskrita Samsthaan. This is one organization that was formed in the form of universities, Vishwavidyalayas, to give away Sanskritam knowledge. So for that, you have one National Sanskrit University in Tirupathi for all the Telugu people. Of course, this is not about Telugu. You can learn Sanskritam, anybody from anywhere. And then Shringeri. Shringeri is doing Mukta Swadhyaya Peetham. MSP, they are doing online courses this time. Abhinava Tirtha Swami has blessed with that program. So they are doing online courses as well. That is structured program where you have to apply, you'll get admission. There will be a small interview you have to pass. Like, depending on the level, if you're going the higher levels, no point in taking students who do not know the basics of Sanskritam, right? So they will start from basics, like P001, 002, 003, like that. They have around 44 plus programs. So you can register for the basic courses or the advanced, depending on your proficiency, where you are. And you can, if you're in the beginning courses, there may not be any interview. But if you're in the advanced courses, there will be that interview where they will say, probably you're not fit for this, but you can go to this. They will suggest, not to say no or shoo you away, but this is more about evaluation to tell you what is the right path for you to take. It can be in Jyotisha, Vastu, Yogasanas, Vedantas, Upanishads, you just name it, they have it. It is like 44 plus courses will be there online. Everything is online. Recorded sessions will also be available, and it's the fees is also not very expensive as well. And then I think I covered this, right? And then there is Sambhashana camps. So sometimes there will be, Samskrita Bharati holds something called a 10-day Sambhashana camp, where in 10 days you'll be able to speak in Sanskritam for a minute or two. All the Lajja Bhava will go away. These are free Sanskritam camps. Check it out if there are any of those available from Samskrita Bharati in your city, because there will be a 2-week camp or 10-day camp perhaps, and it will be a 2-hour commitment in the evening. But at the end of 10th day, you'll be able to speak in Sanskritam. People actually do small skits at the end of 10th day. That is how easily they will pick it up. So you can also learn it from them. Now, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. Then I will also cover for your children, 5th to 8th graders and 8th to 12th graders. If you have any questions, let me first answer them for the adult track, and then a lot of information to digest here. No questions?
No, thanks a lot for so much information, right? Really appreciate it, taking so much effort, because it's all our dream, right? My dream to learn Sanskrit and then understand about gurus, whatever they have written, right? At least something want to do before we leave this world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shubham Bhuyat Akka. That is true. As Indians, as Bharatiyas, we are born with 3 runas. One is Pitru Runa, ancestral runam we anyway have. And one is Deva Runa, where we do our yajna, yaga, or do some charity and things like that to do the Deva Runa. But the other one is Rishi Runa. The Rishis have given us all this away so selflessly, so our self-realization will happen. Be it through study, be it through adhyayana, or be it through that manana. But first you should be exposed to what is it that they are trying to say. And Deva Bhasha. Deva Bhasha means not just a divine language. It is language of the existence. Language of the existence. Why is a mantra not in Telugu? Why, like Adi Shankaracharya is a Malayali. He is born in Kerala, in Kaladi. Why did he write all his stotras in Sanskritam? Because that is the language of the existence. That is the one that connected all of the Bharatiyas through spirituality. So this is the language. Once you taste it, like Matrabhasha is sweet, but Matamahi Bhasha is even more sweeter. When you go to it, you will see like, now I understand how much of Telugu vocabulary, how much of Telugu Vyakaranam, we are pure, I will call us Taskaras, sweet Taskaras. Happily take it from there, from Sanskritam, and put it. Say Amredita Sandhi, we will say simply Amredita Sandhi. What is Amredita Sandhi? Say mitlu plus mitlu, miru mitlu. Something like gala plus gala, gala gala kind of thing, Mredita means repetition. Amredita Sandhi is coming from there. Amredita Sandhi. Now, if you know the Samskrita Pada Sampatti, you're like, this came from there. Savarna, the same varna. Savarna dirgha sandhi, we will say. Oh, how did it get that name? Varna, Savarna, same varna. A plus A becomes A, like that. We learn all of this. Once we see Samskrita Vyakaranam and all that, you will be amazed how much an overlap is there between our Matribhasha and Sanskritams.
I have a question. One you said about this kathas, no? I think that will be very interesting. Can you please send the link to how to
Yes,
join
yes,
that?
I will send it out, Akka. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll send it.
Second is, let's say we join these live classes, right? Is it really just attend these classes, or is there homework and follow-up work and all that? And how much is it? Like, see, because I, as a person, and we have all these longings that we have from childhood. I want to learn this, I want to do that, but sometimes reality comes in the way, right? Practically, I want to assess if I can really
good question, Akka.
do justice to it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, financially, if you're looking at it, the fees is 225. CK Garu, you registered recently, right? 225. Is that right?
I think just $200, I think.
So until July 31st, if you register before July 31st, then it is $200.
No, I'm not talking about finance. I'm talking
No,
about...
I will talk about all that.
Okay.
Financially, it is 200. The fee is 200 per year.
Okay.
Per year.
Okay.
The classes will start from September after the Labor Day weekend and will go until April.
Okay.
And there will be homeworks.
Okay.
There will be exam. For you to go to S2, S3, S4, you have to pass. There is a criteria for you to pass. Only then you can advance to the next thing. Because unless you eat your breakfast, I will not give you your dessert. So it is like that as a mother also, right? Unless you finish your annam, no junk food. Like that. This is also only if you pass, you will go to the next one so that you will be able to receive what they are giving you well. That is one. And the classes will be 1.5 hour classes. Just sometimes, depending on, sometimes the students may need more repetition in the class for them to get it. So we try to, again, let me also say, I am a Samskrita Bharati volunteer as well. And I teach Sanskritam on Saturdays. So the class is supposed to be from 1.5 hours. But sometimes if there is a concept that the students are just not getting it easily, then we will spend that little extra time in the class to make sure they got it in the class. So it may go to 1 or 40 minutes or 45 minutes. That is there. Sometimes, depending on a plus or minus, 1.5 hour is a must, but there could be few minutes later as well. And then there will be something called Abhyasa Varga. Abhyasa Varga is an optional practice class. So this is a class where we give an opportunity for every student to speak in Sanskritam and correct them live. Their Ucharana doshas, like if there's, so now if I say Vada, I'm asking you to speak some, say something. If I say Vadha, I'm saying go kill somebody. So Ucharana makes a lot of difference. So this is not just about Sambhashana Ucharana, but if you take a stotra and if you say Karagre Vasate Lakshmi, you are saying Amma, you are in the tips of my fingertips. You are talking to her like that. But now if you say Karagre Vasate Lakshmi, you are talking, Kara means donkey. Kara means hand. Now Ucharana, if it is not proper, then what are you calling? How are you invoking Devi? Kara or Kara? It will change the meaning totally. So for that to happen, in the Sambhashana class, we also make sure students are saying it right. When they are doing the Sambhashana, they are also saying it right. Sometimes there is something called, I think all of us who have come for masters here, you might have read a book called Word Power Made Easy by Robert Lewis. Very wonderful book. In that, he talks about vocabulary, Padasampatti being two kinds. One is called product vocabulary, one is called content vocabulary. Now, if you read something, you know what that means. That is content vocabulary. But when you say something, it will become yours. It will become yours. When you don't utter it, it is not yours. You will recognize when somebody says it, but it will not come out of your mouth. So for it to become part of you, you have to say it out. For that to happen, we will conduct Abhyasa Vargas. If your schedule permits, please make use of it. There is a good chance that you will come. Not that it is forced upon you. It is just that we conduct all volunteers, all students, everybody. Please know that in Samskrita Bharati, every teacher is a volunteer, meaning I'm somebody who tasted something sweet. And once, because I know it is sweet, I want to give it away to my loved ones, and then my family, my friends, and then somehow that my definition changes and you want to give it away to as many people as possible, because you don't want to be a generation of that missing link to pass it on to the next generation. So you will do your part. So just know that Samskrita Bharati volunteers are all, teachers are all volunteers like me, and you can make use of that Abhyasa Varga or not. But homework is a must. It doesn't take much. If you paid attention in the class, it takes around 30 minutes. But if you did not pay attention in the class, then it may take you an hour.
So per week 30 minutes or every day 30 minutes?
No. Per week.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you will have your study group. There will be a WhatsApp group. You can always, if you're stuck in something, this is not to test your IQ. This is just to support you in your learning. So if you're stuck for something, even if you want to, excuse me, even if you want answers, people will give away answers also, but they will also make sure you know how you got that answer as well. So the first year, it will all be recording answers. So it will only be voice recording is your homework. So we will give you something like, say, for example, in the first lesson, we will ask you, how do you ask somebody a name? Then, Bhavatyaha nama kim, Bhavataha nama kim. We will keep making you say that in the class, but in the homework, it will be ask your daughter her name, ask your son her name, or something like that. And you will record that and send it. So it is like that.
So in these live classes also, you said at the end of 6 months, there is an exam and then you move from stage to stage, is it?
By 6 months, I think 8 months, right? From September to
April, whatever that duration
is.
Yes. Okay.
And after
so that is like
depending on your score, we will tell you if you have to go to something called like how you have S1, S2, S3, S4. We have something called P1, P2, P3, P4. Meaning you did S1, you're good, but you're not as good to go to S2. You need more practice. Then we'll say P1, not S2. Go to P1 so that you will get your concepts reinforced. Does that make sense, Pushpa Akka?
Yes, Akka, thank you. I got it. Yeah. So the thing is, I'm not, and one thing I'm not understanding is, you said there are like these 4 exams, like Prathama and
Pravesha, Parichaya, Shiksha, Kovida, they have nothing to do with
these
S1,
classes.
S2.
Okay.
That is independent. That is more like tickling your brain. I want to know how good I am. If you want to do that, you can do that independently.
Okay, got it, Akka. Thank you. Yeah.
Any other questions? No questions means either you got it or you did not get it at all. So I'm assuming you got it. All right. So for the young, sometimes, things that we could not do in our lives, we want our children to do. That is something that always happens. Our unfulfilled dreams somehow should become a reality for our kids. I did not do this in my life, so I want my child to do this. That happens. I did not become a doctor. I want my child to become a doctor, like that. So missed opportunities for us, we always want to somehow see that fulfilled in our children's lives, right? So here is an opportunity called SAFL, Sanskritam as foreign language. So Samskrita Bharati has something for these kids from 8th grade to 12th grade. You have to register in 8th or 9th grade. You cannot do it in 10th, 11th, 12th. Like it's a 3-year course, but you want to do it in your 8th grade mostly, or 9th. They'll become too busy in 10th and 11th grades. And Samskrita SAFL, they have homework and all that. So it is a very, very structured program and amazing program where my daughter is going. In fact, it is like S2S is actually born because of SAFL. They wanted to empower little kids and created an online platform, and now adults are using it, you know. So the SAFL program was the one that helped us create the S2S platform. Now, if the children enroll in SAFL, I think today is the last day to register for SAFL this year, upcoming year, academic year. If they register in it and the children graduate in 3 years, they will be able to speak Samskritam like how adults are speaking in Samskritam, not just speaking about Samskritam now, Samskritena. They will speak in Samskritam. And then Samskrita Bharati will always give them opportunities whenever there is a Pandita or some Mahapurusha, if he comes, then to introduce him, they will always call upon SAFL graduates to introduce them or sing a song on Samskritam or Saraswati Devi or anything like that, or introduce somebody or explain about something in Sanskritam. It is always these young kids that are chosen, because they are the ones who will carry the baton to the next thing. So they will be given tremendous opportunities if they become part of SAFL. And on that note, my daughter has finished her first year of SAFL. That is a fantastic program. I would recommend it to every child. Deserves this. That's one thing. And the next thing is, there is also for the children, young children from 5 to 8th grade, 5th to 8th grade, there is like in summer, if they did not go to Abhimukha Kendras, or if they did not register in any SAFL or any other program, but they want to be taught Sanskritam, then there are few summer camps that happen. So I'll give you a link to summer camps that are open. Every time the theme changes, it could be Ramayana Kathas, or it could be Lipi, how to write Devanagari, or something like that. Every time theme changes, I'll send a link to that for the kids' benefit as well. And perhaps it will be good. If you learn Sanskritam, Alzheimer's will not be in your fate. That is for sure. Because one dhatu can produce up to 10,000 words. And once you learn the Vyakaranam of Sanskritam, and there are 2,000 such dhatus. So now, if you have patati, patataha, patanti, patasi, patataha, and so many other ways of saying patami, patavaha, patama, like that, if you know all of these, where will Alzheimer's come from? Your hypothalamus will become this thick, and you will not have Alzheimer's in your life. For sure. All right. So with this, shall we end the session? Or if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. I'll send you all this information. Maybe it's not totally complete, but there is no group, right, who all attended. So I will try to put this in the chat, and perhaps you can.
Namaskar, Makka, one question.
Yes.
For SAFL program, they also mentioned that summer program is mandatory. This camp is mandatory.
Yes.
Okay. And like if we do like in person, like my son is currently 8th grade, so maybe SAFL is the right one. But there is also, you mentioned something local Samskrita Kendra.
True, Amma. But try to do SAFL as well. Because the way they have homeworks and tests, unit tests and final tests is amazing. Try to, that way he will also get a credit for SAFL Sanskritam as foreign language. You may not get that if you are in Kendra.
Kendra, okay. And how busy it will be, kids? I know, like if they are going to high school and all, they will have a lot of homeworks and other things, right? So, like, can they manage this usually?
Of course. But just know that anything done willingly is happiness. Anything that is rubbed on them will cause friction. So it depends on how happily the child is learning. So extra responsibility is on the parents to let them know why they are doing what they are doing. Maybe sometimes, of course, I'm on recording, but I don't think any child is listening to this.
My
Bribe
son
them.
is with me.
Okay, bribe them. Copiously bribe them. It's okay. For a good cause, it's okay to give what they want. But if they learn this, you are ready to die for them. Make it that kind of deal, and it will happen for them in their life.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Akka. And I know, like, can I share this recording? But today is last day, but there might be so many parents may not be knowing about this program and maybe willing to join their kids in this SAFL, right? Traders. So I will share. Can I share this recording to my friends?
Of course, Amma, but there is a good chance that they may not be able to accommodate, but you can definitely share this recording though, because it's not just about SAFL, right? They have other information as well. So please feel free to. I'm trying to copy paste the material that I try to gather just before the session.
Akka, one more question. This weekend classes, if I join, basically what it's going to teach me is Vyakarana, like just read a shloka and be able to understand the meaning, and also talk in English, right? Sorry, talk in Sanskrit.
If you are in S1,
okay,
you will learn close to 100 concepts in Samskritam, Amma. So it will be like all the Vibhakti Jnana you will get. You will get Pada Sampatti. You will get the Linga Jnana. You will get the Vachana Jnana. You will get the Avyaya Jnana. You will get conversational skills, that Sambhashana, etiquette, how to speak with somebody, how to address somebody, Sambodhana, how to do it, how to say if, then, else, where, here, there, all that kind of. In a normal conversation, what are the few things that if you have them, that you can talk about weather, you can talk about house, you can talk about family, you can talk about office, that kind of thing. And fluency in Sanskritam, that is the basis that you can go to the next level to receive more. That is what will happen after learning S1. So S1 is not just on weekends, Amma. I am teaching on weekends. However, the classes will happen from 8 to 9:30 on weekdays as well. So you can always choose if your schedule permits. Depending on how your schedule works, you can definitely go with those as well.
So is it like once a week or is it every day 1 hour?
No, once a week. Once a week. However, different volunteers volunteer their time on different days of the week.
Got it.
And you can register any class. But this is basically my Saundarya Lahari and Shivananda Lahari students. Around 200 of those wanted me as their teacher. So I was sharing with them that I am teaching on Saturday, that they can be part of. But if they are, every Samskrita Bharati volunteer teaches from their heart.
So what time is the Saturday class?
For now, it did not get finalized. Last year, it was from 9 to 10:30. But for
morning?
the West Coast, yes. For the West Coast people, it was very hard. For them, it was 6 o'clock in the morning that we had 5 students join from the West Coast. So we are trying to change it from 10 to 11:30 next year, like the next academic year. That way, at least it will be 7 o'clock for them. And when the time changes, they don't need to go from 6 to 7 and all that. So at least reasonable time will be there. So we are hoping that it will be 10 o'clock next year for their convenience.
Parvinaka, these are online, right?
Yes, Amma. Yes.
Yeah. Pravinaka, are you teaching for S1 or S2S?
S2S is the entire program, Amma. In S2S, I am teaching. There are 4 levels in S2S. S, number 2, S. That means Sambhashana to Shastras.
Oh, okay.
So in that, I am teaching S1 level, which is like the basic level.
Okay, got it.
Please go through the chat window and collect all the links and materials that I put up there, because I do not have a group with you all. Now I do not want to inundate the other groups with this kind of messages, you know. So please feel free to take these things from the WhatsApp chat. And there is Ramayana every day. Grihe Grihe Ramayana is happening. That Ramayana Parayana happens every day from 9 to 9:30. In case your schedule permits, there is a WhatsApp group for that as well. Please feel free to join that as well. Listening to Ramakatha is a fantastic way to somehow invoke His grace in our lives as well.
So night 9 to 9:30 akka or morning?
Yes.
Oh.
Night.
Okay. Thank you, Akka. Actually, this call happened like like a blessing. Like I didn't expect. I didn't know about the detail. Thank you so much.
Sure. In Lalita Sahasranam, there is a line, right? Bhasha Rupa Brihatsena. Bhasha Rupa. Devi is Bhasha Rupa, and in that too, Deva Bhasha. She is also Chandasara, Shastra Sara, Mantra Sara. So she is the one who comes in all these forms. So I'm glad that we are able to talk about how to get to this Deva Bhasha. All right. Shall we close with invocation?
Thank you, Akka. Yes.
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So I'll see you, some of you, for the Venkateshwara Suprabhatam class tomorrow in the morning at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
Thank
I'll
you,
see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Namaskar. Good night.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.